It would benefit more if we had less ammo just thrown at us, and we had to actually, like, you know, scavenge for it in extra areas. Like, if we go into a room with a lot of enemies, we should be rewarded with ammo for taking out the enemies. If we search in a room, like, far off the beaten path, you would think that we would get more out of it. Like, but this game is really weird. They don't even give you lore or anything. They just throw stuff at you, essentially. Okay, I guess there's something spooky in front of me. And it's invisible. And I probably don't want to shoot any of the glass around me. That's a pretty cool enemy design. I can see him by the little dust that he kicks up whenever he's coming towards me. Like, that's cool. Whatever the fuck it is. Like a fish-looking guy or something. I don't know. Like, that's a pretty cool enemy. What? Is that the tank from Left 4 Dead? Oh no, that's 100% the Charger. He's got that arm. Oh, well, shit. I should have probably checked out the other areas. Someone tells me these are our big boys that we need to shoot in the arm repeatedly. If they don't wake up while we're going up. Which is a very real possibility. Maybe they'll wait until we go down. Another thing that would have probably benefited this game, a map system. 100%. Like, you don't really go through too many areas, but at the same time, maps, as long as you use them, I guess. I use them a lot, but really, really helpful for these kind of labyrinthian games. Oh, I guess we're in the scientific module now. Let's see, a scientific log. Experimental log, subject series G3. Experimental subject G301. Control subject B. Kardanev was sedated, then deliberately infected, forced ingestion. Received no antidote. Showed first signs of metamorphosis within 20 minutes. Base phase of metamorphosis completed within 2 hours. Symptoms: increased muscle mass, regeneration of tissues after injury, modification of internal organs, excessive hunger for protein, shutdown of all higher brain functions. Experimental subject G302. Control subject S. Fradanev. No contamination, received 20 milliliters of serum A9, side effect mild thoracic skin rash. Experimental subject G303, test subject G. Petrov, killed himself by repeatedly bashing his head against the bars of his cell once infected, no data collected. Experimental subject G304, B. Vedalev. Subject was sedated and then contaminated by forced ingestion, received 20 milliliters of serum A9B. Visible mutations after 14 minutes but did not continue along expected track. Mutation continued in asymmetrical pattern, causing disproportionate development of upper limb, left limb. The contaminating agent seemed to have infected this limb and multiplied within it. Subject's entire body showed great resistance, including exposure to fire. Only the left arm showed any signs of vulnerability. Subject destroyed after 15 days of observation. Risk too great. So yeah, they're immune to fire. Definitely want to shoot the left arms. Experimental subject G305, B. Karian. Subject was injected with 20 milliliters of subject serum A9, then put down. Subject was infected posthumously. Exocell demonstrated its ability to revivify corpses in otherwise good condition. Serum had no apparent effect. Experimental subject G306, H. Habash. Sure. Subject was sedated, then contaminated by forced ingestion. Injections: 10 milliliters of serum A9B and 10 milliliters of A10, neurotransmitter blocker. Onset of mutation was delayed for 9 hours 32 minutes. Symptoms: increased muscle mass, aggression, improved regenerative properties, pigmentation alteration of skin and eyes, reduced higher brain activity, especially cognitive functions. Dissection revealed a tendril along the spinal column, but in a deteriorated form. This could be the breakthrough we are looking for. Oh good. I always liked death. What happens if I shoot this thing? Nothing? Okay, well, that's good to know. We're not dead. If I push this button, will I be expecting something to pop out?
The damn thing's stuck.
Okay. Oh, apparently it just incinerates whatever is in there. Like, I'm okay with rooms like this where they have lore tidbits and stuff in them, but whenever I enter a room after I've just taken out a bunch of enemies and stuff, it's just really weird that there's nothing. Like, that's the rooms where I have a problem with. Like, I'm okay with an atmosphere building room or something, like, in particular, but whenever you just have nothing else of note, it's really weird. Okay. Right on, fish dude. If you want to do a little jive before you go, you can. I respect it. Okay, I guess that's just their death animations. Really weird. But yeah, I have no problems if there's like an atmosphere building room that's just there. Like, that's no problem. But if you just have, you know, nothing, that's a bit more off-putting. What is this? Note about yellow steam valves. Are they just now telling me about the damn steam valves? Major Anashenko, Maintenance Unit Yellow Valves. Major, while I appreciate the fact that your men have effectively ceased vandalizing the red fuel pipe valves, I am most disappointed to learn that they have now turned their targets to yellow steam pipe valves. These are, if anything, even more dangerous and troublesome to repair. I realize that labor costs are not an issue here. However, I would prefer our men to serve the interests of Kamsky's experiments rather than being burnt to death by jets of hot vapor. Furthermore, the scientists run a risk of an accident at any moment. Thank you. Like, why are they just now telling me about the steam pipes? Those things have been in those things have been on the rig this entire time. Like, am I the crazy one? Was I supposed to like not know about those until now? Like, do they think I'm silly? Like, I don't know. I feel like my intelligence is kind of being insulted a little bit. Like, I don't know what the steam valve, the yellow valves do at this point. Like, I'm so confused. Like, herder, I never knew what those did. Never checked them. That's right, you better run your invisible ass back up there. Which apparently I can see you in a light. Whoa, hey, whoa. Stop pushing me. Anyways. Yeah, it's really weird that they just are now telling me about the steam pipes thing whenever, you know, it's like, I've seen them since the beginning of this place. Like, kind of bizarre. What the hell is he looking at? Looking at the pipes? Like, he looks at items of interest, which is cool, but half the time I don't know what the hell he's looking at. I guess that's just not something we can do with. Like, what is this room? What is the purpose of this room? Like, it's kind of interesting, but... Oh, I guess it leads us back here. Okay. I guess we go this way. The other places were just kind of not really anything in particular. And this must be our bridge control. Okay, let's see. I need to go to Kamsky's lab. Wherever that may be. Can I, like, break these? No. I guess they break on their own time. Is this Kamsky's lab, maybe? Seems like it could be. Yeah, we're just gonna push this button and watch them get fucking ass blasted. That was kind of awesome. I'm okay with that. Let's see, what's this? A report about the exocell life cycle. Official report on the exocell's life cycle and reproduction. Dr. V. Kamsky and Dr. P. Bakarev. Extracts. There are two main phases to the exocell life cycle: reproduction and contamination. To reproduce, the exocell transforms itself into what we now call breeders, stationary organic structures of potentially considerable size, basically shapeless and particularly repulsive in appearance. When the exocells enter this phase, they find a safe, isolated location, usually high up, attach themselves firmly to it with their tendrils, and immediately start growing. The breeder starts hatching out new contaminators within 24 hours. Though through an asexual budding process. Contaminators are small, fast, and highly mobile. When attacked, they curl up into what could be called a fetal position, exposing a hard exterior or an external shell, but which is quite soft and vulnerable on the inside. Their mission is to find a host, infect it parasitically, and feed on it from the inside. It may need to repeat the process several times, but eventually this produces an adult, mature exocell, ready to settle down as a breeder and start producing more contaminators. Physically speaking, contaminators are weak. As a result, they can only contaminate dead, dying, or weakened hosts. Healthy, strong organisms can easily fight them off. This explains why hungry exocells seek to weaken their prey before contaminating it. Once the exocell has integrated its host and up to 7 can share a single host, it effectively takes control of it by sending tendrils up into the host's brain. Thus, to permanently eliminate an infected host, its brain must be destroyed. In fact, the host's other body parts are all but indestructible. Muscle mass increases at a spectacular rate, and bruised or injured tissue heals almost immediately. As Professor Nikolai Kaztagnev explained during our last encounter, this process requires large amounts of protein. Human protein is naturally preferred since it will be building human cells. As a precaution, the contaminators also shut down their host's higher brain functions, essentially switching off the host's personality. The body is left to defend itself and find food. Moreover, it seems that during a more advanced stage in the mutation process, the contaminators reactivate certain of their host's intellectual functions. I'm going to assume it's supposed to say the contaminators reactivate certain parts of their host's intellectual functions, turning them to their advantage to perceive space, use tools, and even devise and communicate strategies. One of the main benefits of this is to facilitate the search for new potential hosts by attacking, wounding, and killing other healthy humans. As indicated above, even bodies that are dead but in otherwise good condition can be reanimated by the exocells, which energizes the host's nervous and muscular systems. The tendril in the brain turns the corpse into an extension of the exocell's body in a sort of monstrous symbiosis. Bodies frozen for months or even years could conceivably be used in this fashion by the contaminators. At a certain stage in the mutation, which varies according to individual hosts, the process is reversed. The contaminators escape from the host body, which enters a state of rapid putrefaction. The same occurs when an exocell is forcibly extracted from a body, usually by destroying the host's brain or by burning it entirely. Whilst we are learning more each day, our results are already highly promising. Obviously, the next stage is to control the whole process to obtain what we are striving for. We remain confident. Victor. Right on, Victor. You don't sound like a messed up individual. Alright. I can't do anything else in particular of note in this room. So I guess that's not Kamsky's lab. I've been in this door, but is this Kamsky's lab? I honestly could not tell you, or even begin to tell you, because I do not know. But we are going to try and find wherever the hell Kamsky is, probably shoot him in the face, and take his shit. Because something tells me he probably deserves it. And I doubt I can go through this way. Yeah. Maybe we can just go this way and find Kamsky's lab that I maybe overlooked. Is this Kamsky's lab? Like, what exactly is Kamsky's lab here? This will just lead us back to the main shaft. Decontamination room. So, not Kamsky's lab. I would assume, anyways. Is this Kamsky's lab? I wouldn't think this would be Kamsky's lab. But at the same time, who knows? It's really weird like that. Guess not. Maybe it was actually back on the bottom floor? I don't know. I think I left some doors down there, so I guess I can check. It doesn't say it's like up in the upper area. For a second there, the way that like green effect on that window there looked like he'd busted the glass. So we came from that way, but there's ways here that we can go. So maybe Kamsky's lab is down here. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to back the hell up. And you're not getting back up. Well, that certainly doesn't look like a good area down there, but I can only assume we'll be down there shortly. A page about experiments. Okay, let's read that after I do this really quick. Is there like a glass ceiling? There's probably like a glass ceiling. Well, I see a dead scientist in there, so that certainly went well for him. Let's check out this page about experiments. We have observed that electrical discharges have no effect on the exocell's neuronal network. However, once the exocell has taken control of a body, both the exocell and its hosts are vulnerable to any source of electricity. In fact, prolonged exposure to a strong electrical charge results in death. As a precaution, we have electrified the floors in the experimental chamber. This system is only to be used in case of extreme emergency. Right on.
Access denied. Damn.
Okay then. Well, way to bust my balls. Okay, looks like a morgue of some kind. Where's your head now, wise ass? Someone's gonna pop out of one of these drawers. Hey, you don't get to use a gun, that's my job. And just make sure you stay down before I deal with this guy. Pistol ammo, shotgun and shells. Screw it, I'll take the health pack now. Don't tell me Kamsky's a weird fuck that sits in the damn... Yeah, he does. Like, Oh, I love the morgue. Haha. Why wouldn't I? Weird bastard. Let me just... I didn't mean to hit that, but... Okay. Oh, shit! Okay. We're just not going to talk about that, and I'm just going to take this. Please and thank you. Now you listen here, you whippersnappers. We're going to have strong words about the shit. Okay. Now let me see about that note that I picked up. It seems plain to me now that the key to preventing the exocell from taking complete and fatal control over its host lies in blocking the penetration of the creature's tendril into the victim's brain. If the brain could be stimulated to produce some sort of enzyme toxic to the exocell, it would kill the creature, effectively putting a stop to the infection. Some progress has been made in stimulating the production of autolytic enzymes, which have proven to be extremely toxic in relation to the exocell, in some cases completely liquefying it. My hope is that if these enzymes could be created much more quickly, they might liquefy any exocell inside the host body, causing it to dissolve and be flushed out naturally. Kinski has suggested a slight change of method. He proposes a more measured level of stimulation with a view to obtaining a slower, more progressive production of enzymes in order to observe the host's mutation in detail. I fail to understand his objective, but he insists we need this information. That's because Kamski's a weird motherfucker. You should know that by now. A page from Dr. Kamski's diary. I can't help thinking that these creatures have great potential. If we could learn how to reproduce and harness the way they alter their hosts, the result could be decisive. Yusupov wants me to create beasts, things that can be used to kill. He fails to see how we could use the exocells to improve life. Nevertheless, he has Ana, and thus I am forced to obey, at least for now. I've been merging exocells with subjects. Yusupov has forced me to use humans lately, and then try to guide the mutations that result. I've made some monsters for Yusupov, now let's see what I can make for myself. Oh yeah, dude totally went full Dr. Jekyll on that shit. Sure, I will save, because my ass will probably be knocked down in a hole somewhere. Hey, you don't look like you were there before. Guess you aren't now. What's this? Code for the experimental chamber PC. Wait. Do I just have that now? Is that like an object? Maybe that's an object. I don't want to read it. Let's see, objects. Code is used to access the PC in the experimental chamber. Now, where in the hell was the experimental chamber? Oh, shit! I forgot you're invisible. And also apparently trying to face fuck me. Okay, you're behind me. Please shoot his head. Okay, that was fun. Okay then. Listen here, you little shit. I may be blind, but you're dead.